happy Tuesday to you all. We're trying. For those of you first time here, I'm Adwin84. You can call me Adam, and we're streaming a little bit of Football Manager. We are currently playing as Rangers, having started our career over in Sweden. Let's see how we go. So last time we had a pretty good night actually. We won a number of games, losing just one game away to Sporting, but still managing to beat them on penalties to get through to the round of 16 in the Europa League. And in the league, pretty much a clean sweep. After 3 more wins in the league, we did play that first leg against Atalanta where we took a 1-0 win, much to my surprise. Tonight we will see the second leg against Atalanta, but first up we do have a visit to Hibernian. We then have Atalanta in the second leg, and then we've got a double header with Dundee at Ibrox as we face them in the Scottish Cup quarter-final and the Premiership as we come towards the Championship phase. In the Premiership, we are just 1 point off the top of the league. Hibernian up there by the grace of 1 goal. Okay, come on, Football Manager gods, be kind. And that's a fantastic piece of defending from Raskin. Threads it through to Colombo, who just can't do anything with it. And are we... Oh, is there a potential penalty? No penalty. Well, is that the way our luck's going to go tonight? Let's hope not. But we do look fairly solid when defending, so that's pleasing to see. We don't seem to be giving too much away at the moment. Big ball over the top for Colombo, who... Oh, he hits a screamer. But just ricochets off the post. So first we miss out on a penalty shout, and then we hit the post. Oh, it's got that feeling. We've got that FM feeling. So let's get a second man up front, I think. No, well, that's a disappointing start to the night. 0-0. We had the better of the first half. Second half, however, we just threw it away. It was just a general all-round good night. The food was pretty good. The drink was even better, and I did certainly had a few beers, as we all did, but I think the players probably enjoyed them even more. Okay, we are here in this second leg against Atalanta in Italy. Let's hope we can do something to get ourselves through. A quarter-final would be pretty special. Unexpected, not something I was necessarily looking for this season, but we've given ourselves a good chance with that first leg, and we are on the attack. We've got Sarmiento in the box, pulls it back for Isaacson, and Colombo, he pounces on the deflection there, and there's not even a sniff of offside. We're 1-0 up, we're 2-0 up on aggregate. Quite happy seeing that clock tick over now. Atalanta coming at us hard, and that was close to the penalties. Oh well, never mind, no worries about the penalty. That was a far too easy a goal. We've just left Edison unmarked in the centre there, and it's 1-1. Our advantage is halved as Atalanta build from the back. We're sitting very deep despite having a positive mentality. And Thierry Small is going to get himself in serious trouble. He's missed 2 tackles, he's given away 2 easy crosses, and we are now 2-1 down. Well, we are going to encourage the team to try and do better, but this is the problem with that injury, with losing Yilmaz. Thierry Small can do a job, but apparently not on the big stage. And Thierry Small does look tired there. I don't know if I've got anyone who's... Actually, Sorensen, I think, can play at left-back, so we may have to move things around there. While we've got Sarmiento forward, and that's a cracking goal. Brilliant play. Pass that around Atalanta quite impressively. I do think this tiki-taka is paying off. Atalanta are fairly soon going to start piling the pressure on, I'm sure. So I think we'll wait until the end of this highlight perhaps and then put some time wasting on. But I feel like we've just given them a goal here. That's poor. That is poor. Once again, Shackleton throwing himself into a challenge unnecessarily there. And as a result, we've given an easy cross to a not entirely unmarked player in the box there, but he just got ahead of our defender and has taken the chance pretty well. Well, it's another one where I feel like we've had the better of the game, but are we going to be punished for shoddy defending? Shoddy's the only word I can come up with. It's been incredibly poor. But we do have an opportunity on the break here now. Bernardo Barrow. Can he find the ball for Campbell? And that's an incredible finish, but I see a linesman's flag up there, and I don't think it was even that close, really, was it? That was almost certainly a comfortable decision. Yeah, Campbell just doesn't hold his run and wastes an opportunity. He's fast enough that he doesn't need to break forward like that. Can we do it? I mean, that's a great ball over the top. Tyrese Campbell, this would be a great time for you to score. Oh, that's what I wanted to see. That is exactly what I wanted to see. Right, we're going to waste time. We are just going to stop. Just. Well, I don't quite know how we've done it. Well, I do know how we've done it. We were the better team. We should have had that finished well before extra time. But we are through to the quarter-final of the Europa League. That's definitely far beyond my own expectations this season. That's cracking. Oh, almost the ideal start there. Raskin rattles the crossbar. I'm playing a little bit risky there, but we do manage to keep hold of the ball. Chrysostomu now out to Samwaz. And that's an incredibly deep-lying playmaker role that Chrysostomu's playing. Small now breaks into the box. Can he apply the finish? And yes, he can. And we do get that lead just before the half-time whistle. And despite absolutely hammering Dundee United, we've only won 1-0, but that's all we needed to do. I said that at the start of the game. You don't need to score more than one in a cup game, and that's what we've done. And we are going to have our quarter-final tie against Schalke. I mean, that's going to be an interesting one. Although I say that, I'm not entirely sure that Southampton can catch anyone now, can they? We were absolutely dominant in the first game at home in the quarter-final of the Cup, but we just weren't scoring the goals. My hope here is that we get a bit more support forward for the strikers and actually take advantage and create slightly better chances. Well, Sarmiento just pickpockets McLennan there, and we're 1-0 up. Probably not quite what I was going for. But interestingly, we did have three players very close here. Colombo, Bernardo, and this is the one. Bernardo would often be sat back here playing the deep line playmaker role a lot further forward. And while it might potentially look as if they got in each other's way, they split nicely to drag defenders all out of position. Okay, we start quickly in the second half, with a corner, and that's an incredible header. That's what you want from your centre backs. That's what they're doing up there for corners. Just simple, bang. Sarmiento, near post, Sorensen, header, goal. 2-0, and we are very happy with that. Like I say, it was a tame end. It hasn't finished, and Lumeka now has gone through to score far too easily. We'll take a look at that replay just to see if I can blame my midfield tactic for that at all. But I don't think so, because it's just entirely bypassed the midfield. Chrysostomou just gets drawn out there. Lumeka gets in behind. Don't think I can blame my midfielders for that one. Oh, and that's a fantastic header, but the linesman's flag is up. I'm not sure we saw Colombo in the first shot there from the free kick, and yep, he was offside. Okay, let's make some tired leg changes. I think Chrysostomou's put in a shift there, and we've missed a goal. And is it Chrysostomou? It is. Oh, well, thank you for your service, but come and have a rest. And it's another near post corner, just simple. Because he's not horrendous on the ball either. And that's lovely football involving Ryan Yates. Started with the move from him, a good ball forward for Bernardo, and then Bernardo just slots it through. And that's the advantage of getting Bernardo involved further forward in the play. Raskin to Yates to Bernardo, and then just takes it to the side to create some space, and an angle, and Colombo goes in and finishes off the job. And it's one game, but so far it looks to be pointing towards a positive view of that change in the central midfield. I'm certainly much happier with it. And that's 5, and that is 5. And I said the whole point was I wanted to get more goals. The whole point of that change in tactic was I wanted to get more goals. We've gone from a 1-0 win with the old midfield trio set up, 5 in this one. And I can't help but feel just having the extra body in the box going forward is splitting defences a bit more and making for easier chances. Well, we're not going to base everything just off of a one-game experiment, but I'm very, very happy with what I've seen, and I think we will persist with that one going into the next game. Right. Let's go and do a job against St Johnstone. And Celtic now 7 points clear of us. It really makes that title chance feel not quite impossible, but getting close. We're asking a lot for Celtic to give up points, and a lot of them. We can be responsible for 3, but there's an awful lot more that we can't really, or we don't have any hand in at all. That's a lovely ball forward for Bernardo, and this is why I like him being forward. That's incredible. What a good run. Building nicely here again. And oh, is that Bernardo? There it is, yeah. So he was getting into the box alongside Colombo, which we weren't seeing previously. I think this has been exactly the change we needed. And we've got the penalty. Right, let's convert this. Let's do a professional job here. Goal number 2. Right, Sarmiento's not really producing much, so he can come off. And let's get Musa Barrow on. Raskin's done just fine. Samwaz doesn't really have a replacement in the squad. And that's another goal. I've missed another goal making changes. Well, that'll teach me. Let's get Mikkelsen on. And we'll do that. So who was this? So Yilmaz down the left. Bernardo getting forward again, and Colombo. Well, I don't think I need to even talk about that change anymore. It is now a permanent change. It's come into great effect in the last 2 games, and we will be persisting with that. Right, Piatkowski now just out at right back, as I've taken off Samwaz to get Mikkelsen on. Lovely turn from Barrow, and that is 4. A hint of offside potentially? Nope. No, the ref's not even looking at it. Continued, won that ball and we could have had a chance, but the referee's blown his whistle for nothing. Hey ho, 4-0. We're building nicely until we do that, and we still manage to keep hold of the ball somehow there. Shackleton in for Lowry, and Lowry, who is pretty much a B team player, who's only in the squad to make up some registration rules, and he's got a goal. Between that and my son playing Pokemon, it's got me thinking about wanting to play that as well. But I definitely am going to give it a go. Definitely am. Oh, and we've conceded. It's to be expected, I think. I hope we can give it a better go in the second leg. But we've just got to accept this first leg is just about keeping bodies fit for Aberdeen. Yeah, I think Genshin Impact is the older one, isn't it? So I think I might try that one first. I think I'll start there and see how that goes. And we have got a second goal here. It was such a buzz for me to see that pop up on my screen. For a second I thought, oh my god, is this real? Is this actually happening? Oh, am I the victim of a cruel prank? But yeah, that got me through that stream. And the followers from Friday night, where I went from 6 to 12, I'm just going to keep going. It's largely thanks to you, I think, so I really do appreciate it. And that's what I mean, it's cosmetics, isn't it? That's where I have the biggest problem. If you give me something that changes the game in some way, great. Did you ever stream Apex or anything like that? Because again, I think it makes a difference. If you're streaming a game, you almost want to spend that money just to help set yourself aside from everybody else. Oh, and we're 1-0 down to Aberdeen. That's a problem. Let's give them a good berating. We need to do something different to get back into this. So let's get Will Hughes off, and we're going to bring on Tyrese Campbell, I think. Let's get 4 up front. Oh, that's far from what we wanted. And let's go chase this game, and we have to chase it. Oh, that's one. Started streaming a few weeks ago, but I only had Football Manager in mind. Oh, it's in. We've got the equaliser. So if I offer you... Oh, that's incredible. Now, I think Campbell was offside there, but it's not been given. It was disallowed. I'm sure it showed up 3-2 there. That's sad. Right, let's see if we can get through this leg, get through this tie, and find ourselves a nice little semi-final. And hopefully that'll keep the board off my back. But we've not started brilliantly, have we? But I get what you're saying. It just feels too convenient, doesn't it? Messi finally gets that World Cup. Oh, just as I think we've made ourselves safe in this tie, we go and concede. Is this going to be another? Could we see another terrible penalty shootout? I don't know. Greece 2004 Euros. Was it 2000 or 2004? I can't remember which it was. They were an awful team. They basically lumped it up to the big man up top, and that's all they had. And yet they managed to win the entire competition. Well, we've still got a 2-goal lead, but I still don't feel comfortable. And this is why. Oh. Well, we need to waste time. We absolutely need to waste time here. Probably should have done that a little bit earlier. In Saudi Arabia without permission, I don't understand why players do that sort of stuff. I've got lots of respect for clubs and managers who stamp down on it. You saw it with Arsenal and Aubameyang going out to Barcelona, wasn't it? Without permission, and they just dropped him, stripped him of the captaincy, and said, "Well, that's not what you do in our club." That's the way it should be done. It's about how the players react to that. In amongst all of that, we made it into the semi-finals of the Europa League. That is definitely far beyond my expectations, and we have drawn Tottenham. If we win those 2 games, well, we put ourselves in pole position for the Champions League, and it gives us the smallest chance to win the league. Well, it's been a pleasure. It's been a wonderful stream once again. We are going to call it a night there, as we are just a few games away from the end of the season. It's also 11 p.m. and I am up in the morning for work. But thank you very, very much, and I'll see you on the next one.